Hello, this is Milad Sheikhbanui, and in this video, I'm presenting my paper on an investigation of Iranian EFL teachers' enthusiasm of teaching, the case of the level of their reflective practice. The current study is an endeavor to explore Iranian EFL teachers' enthusiasm for teaching and their level of reflection. The main aim of this study was to investigate the relationship between Iranian EFL teachers' enthusiasm for teaching and their reflective practices during teaching in the classroom. The other aim of the study was to find out whether EFL teachers' level of enthusiasm is a significant predictor of the degree of their reflective practice. The participants consisted of 170 Iranian male and female EFL teachers. The researcher used the reflective teaching instrument and teachers' enthusiasm scale to gather the required data. The first questionnaire was used to assess the participants' level of reflection, and the second one was used to investigate their teaching enthusiasm. Pearson correlation and regression tests were used to analyze the obtained data. The result of data analysis using a Pearson correlation test indicate that there was a significant correlation between the Iranian EFL teachers' reflection and their teaching enthusiasm. The findings show that the two variables of the study had a significant effect on each other, and accordingly marking teachers' enthusiasm as a predictor for their reflective practice. This proof review indicates that this proof study examining the relationship between teachers' enthusiasm and reflective practice. As such, the following research questions were proposed. Question number 1, is there any significant relationship between Iranian EFL teachers' enthusiasm and their reflection? Question number 2, is EFL teachers' level of enthusiasm a significant predictor of the degree of their reflective practice? Well, now let's take a look at a method. Participants. A group of EFL teachers were recruited in the study. 170, like 89 males and 81 females. Available EFL teachers teaching English in different language schools across Kermanshah, a city in the west of Iran, were chosen. All of them were native speakers of Persian. The teachers taught English at different levels of English proficiency. Differing from elementary to advanced. Their teaching experience varied from less than 2 years to 80 years, and their age ranged between 24 and 27 years old. All the participants held English-related academic credentials, like English literature, English translation, and TEFL. They were selected using convenience sampling, and their participation was voluntary. Well, for instruments, the reflective teaching instrument was used in this study to assess the participants' level of reflective teaching. It includes 29 items in 5-point Likert scale ranging from always to never, which has been devised based on 6 factors: practical, cognitive, affective, metacognitive, critical, and moral. This inventory was chosen for the purpose of this study because it was developed for measuring teachers' reflective practice in the context of Iran, and it enjoys a high reliability and validity, as indicated by the researchers. As a measuring instrument for teacher reflective practice, approved the Kronbach alpha reliability of the questionnaire to be acceptable. Kronbach alpha equals 9 to 1. And for teachers' enthusiasm scale, for the purpose of the research, a questionnaire adapted from Aaron's was used. It included 70 statements concerning teachers' enthusiasm in class. These statements were categorized in 8 areas, all of which reflect teachers' enthusiasm in class. These were vocal delivery, eyes, gestures, moments, facial expression, word selection, acceptance of ideas or feeling, and overall energy. Well, for data collection and analysis procedure, the participants were approached by email. They were provided an overall introduction of the aims of the research and the way the questionnaires should be filled. And then they were asked to complete the survey. A total of 195 completed questionnaires were collected, followed by doing an initial investigation to find and discard carelessly filled out questionnaires. The statistical package for the social sciences was utilized to analyze the data. At the first stage, the normality of the data distribution, then Pearson correlation and regression were performed. For the result of the study, I can say that Table 1 displays the normality of the distribution of the obtained data, which was investigated using one sample, Kolmogorov Smirnov test. Based on the above table, the distribution of data of all types was normal. And it was possible to use a parametric test to assess the possible relation among variables of the study. At the next stage, Pearson correlation test was used to find out whether there was a significant, meaningful relationship between EFL teachers' enthusiasm and their reflective practice. As you can see, for Table 2 shows the result of this test. Table 2 presents that there is a strong, significant correlation between teachers' teaching enthusiasm and their reflective practice. According to this table, the significance of correlation is described, which is shown with the stars. It indicates that EFL teachers' enthusiasm has meaningful relationship with their reflection. At the next stage of data analysis, to answer the second research question, regression test was used. The aim of this test was to find out whether the Iranian teachers' level of teaching enthusiasm predicts their level of reflective practice in the classroom. The results are shown in the next table. Well, this table shows the results of regression test of the Iranian EFL teachers' enthusiasm and reflective practice. The results shows that the two variables of the study have a significant effect on each other, and accordingly marking teachers' enthusiasm as a predictor of their reflective practice. For the discussion of this study, the first research question sought whether there was any relationship between Iranian EFL teachers' enthusiasm and their reflective practice. Regarding this research question, the findings indicated that there was a significant correlation between Iranian EFL teachers' enthusiasm and their reflective practice. This relationship may be attributed to the fact that when teachers are enthusiastic about teaching, they would spend more time thinking and reflect on their teaching. Regarding the second research question, the findings of the PRISM study revealed that enthusiasm, the teaching is a direct predictor of teacher reflective practice, and it influences reflective practice. Well, in other words, these two constructs have a direct effect on each other, and developing one of them would lead to the development of the other one. This may be explained by the possible relationship between these two constructs and their direct effect on each other. Considering this significant relationship between teachers' enthusiasm and their reflective practice, it could be assumed that reflective practice may entirely depend on teachers' enthusiasm. Since teacher enthusiasm is considered as a key feature of high-quality teaching and is reflected in teachers' competence and motivation, the more teachers are motivated to teach and strive for raising students' motivation and achievement, the higher is their tendency to feel enthusiastic and behave enthusiastically, which in turn leads to improve their level of reflective practice. However, despite identifying importance of teacher enthusiasm for teachers and their students, the existing research has little emphasis on how different reflective factors such as enthusiasm stimulate teachers to reflect effectively in their teaching. To sum up, the findings of this study provided empirical support for the use of reflection as an effective tool that helps teachers in the various aspects of their professional development. These results call for more attention to assisting teachers to boost their level of reflective practice and enthusiasm, to teaching, to become more effective teachers. The findings of the current research indicated that there is a significant correlation between teachers' enthusiasm and their reflective practice. In other words, the results revealed that the teachers who enjoy higher levels of reflection and more enthusiastic in teaching. According to the obtained results, it was found that teachers who reflect more in their teaching and find their teaching strengths and weaknesses are more enthusiastic about teaching. The result of the present study may have some implications. Firstly, the EFL education policymakers should pay more attention to reflective practice and help EFL teachers improve their level of reflective practice and become aware of its significant role in education in general and in EFL education in particular. In addition, efforts should be made to develop teachers' enthusiasm that will result in enjoyment and pleasure in the teaching behavior. Accordingly, behavior courses for EFL teachers should contain strategies to improve their positive emotional experiences. There were some limitations to the current research. As the first limitation, the researchers use convenience sampling to select the participants. A major shortcoming of this sampling procedure is that caution must be exercised in generalizing the findings. Second, the sample was not large enough, and thus no generalizable results could be drawn from the results. Moreover, this study was conducted in one of the cities of Iran, and doing the studies more geographic areas may yield different results. There are some suggestions for further studies too. More studies must be conducted to investigate how other variables may predict teachers' reflective practices. This could result in a more comprehensive view about factors affecting EFL teachers' reflective practice. Moreover, the findings on the predictive power of teachers' enthusiasm could be further studied by considering other effective factors to come to a wider view of the notion.